Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. I have the cutest project for you today to use up all of those charm packs that are just, sitting around collecting dust. When I first came up with this idea, I started with a charm pack that was mostly pastels because it was more Eastery looking. Some of you that follow me know that my mom gifted me an entire bin full of pre-cut fabrics, charm packs, layer cakes, and a bunch of batiks. So at first I started using that pastel bandana pack that I had. And I thought, well, my grandson, he's not gonna want flower eggs, right? Then I dug into that sports themed charm pack that I had, and that was really cute too. Can I tell you, friends, the batik fabrics, they made the top of my list for this project. After I made a couple prototypes with the batik fabric, I showed my husband and I asked him, I said, babe, what do you think these are? And he said, what'd you make, Fabergé eggs? I said, no, but that's a really good name for these eggs. Enough talking already. Let's get busy. So you will need the egg template for these Easter egg treat bags. Now I do provide one in the pattern, but you can always make your own egg. I mean, Each treat bag is going to have 3 5-inch squares to deal with. Make sure that you contrast the colors up so that it looks really vibrant and bright. In the pattern, I give you the instructions to make a dozen of these eggs. You need to figure out what's going to be the front fabric of your egg, what's going to be right behind that front fabric of your egg, and then what is going to represent the pouch here of your egg. I chose this bright orange batik fabric to be the front of this egg that I'm going to share with you today. Grab your template and simply trace it on to this 5-inch square. Now, if you have a little bit more detail in one corner rather than the other, you can go ahead and just, maneuver your egg shape to what you would like to be seen on the front of your egg. Now you're going to lay it corner to corner diagonally. And you're just going to simply just lay it in the center here somewhere. Take your marking tool and just trace around the egg shape. Since this is a little bit darker fabric, I chose this white marking utensil. So there you can see I've traced the egg. Now just set this one aside for a second. You need to figure out what's going to be the fabric that's right behind the front fabric. And these two fabrics, that's where you're going to put your stuffing into, as a side note. So I think I want this one to be right behind here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip and put wrong sides together. This is the front of this egg, and this is the back of this one. So that one that I put under here, that's going to be this that you see coming out of the top of the more narrow part of the egg. This is probably the trickiest part in the whole project, and it's really not that tricky. So you'll get it, no worries. We need to cut off a corner of this square to enable that opening for the pouch. All you need is a ruler that has a 45-degree angle mark on it. You're going to take that angle mark right there, and you're going to make sure that it's on one of these edges right here. So I'm going to lay this down. You're going to lay that 45-degree line right there, right along the edge of one of the corners of the fabric. Then you're going to want to come down here and find where the 2-inch mark is. And it's right there. And that should be where the corner turns this way. So you go down to 2, and then there's the corner. What you're going to do is slice that off. So there you have those two pieces. You can save this one for your scrap pile, or you can toss it, whatever you like to do. I'm going to place this towards you so you can see what's going on rather than facing me. So this is the way I would normally look at it, what I'm showing you right now. Face the wrong side here, facing up. So you're looking at the wrong side of this fabric. Then you're going to come over here to this corner shape here from where you made that cut, and you're going to come in about a 1/4 inch in from that edge. And you're going to do this over here as well. about a 1/4 inch, 1/8 to a 1/4 inch in. Then you're going to come over here and take your snips and go about a 1/4 inch in the center, and about midway from where that pin is to the cut you just made, about a 1/4 inch. From that pin to the middle, about a 1/4 inch. I mean, you don't really have to, you know, measure that, but you want to come in about a 1/4 inch snip worth. That's why this is really good to have some sort of ironing board that's close by you, because these pins go right in, and this is going to really help you. So what you're going to do is flip this downward and give it a pull kind of toward this way, so that you are making a, hopefully you can see that, you're making a curved shape in here. And once you have that pulled like that, you're going to come in with your iron and you're going to give that a press without those pins coming up and out. And then right when you think you have it all nice and pressed, you're going to pull one of the pins out and just press the rest of the way. Pull one of the pins out and then press. So you should have something that looks like that. Now you're going to simply just bring it over to your sewing machine and top stitch close to this edge right here, because we're going to be trimming off this again. So just, you know, do a quick top stitch right there. And you can chain piece all these together and do them in bulk. That's what I did on my first set. I just did one step in everything and then just did the second step, you know, until I was done. It worked out really good. So you're just simply going to just do a quick top stitch here. Just like that. Then you're going to come in with your pinking shears and trim as close as you can to this right here. Without cutting into your seam allowance though. I never know how much I'm going to pull, so that's why I wait to pink that area right there. So just FYI, and you can, you know, just give it another quick press after you've pinked it. Now you really can't see the pinking probably, but it's there all along there, and everything is laying nice and flat. This is how you're going to put these layers together. Here is the egg that you traced, and this is the right side of this fabric. Then here is that middle layer. The middle layer needs to be wrong sides to this front layer. So just like that. So we have right side of the egg and right side of this top piece right here that's going to be peeking out. Now take the piece with the curve in it and place it right side down on your table. So now I'm looking at the pinked edge right here. So the inside, the back, the wrong side of the fabric I'm looking at with the pinked edge. Then I'm going to simply take these two and set them right on top of here. You should have 3 layers, right side facing up, wrong side facing up, and wrong side of that curved piece facing up. Once you have all 3 layers placed together, you're then going to pin all 3 layers together. Now you're going to take it over to your sewing machine and you're going to sew and stitch right on that chalk line that you made, but you want to make sure that you leave about an inch to 1.5 inches space where we're going to put our stuffing in. So to help me remember that I need to stop, I'm going to put this pin right here. Make sure that you don't stop and have your opening here where this is right here. So I put my pin down here, so I'm going to be stopping somewhere in here and leaving that 1 inch to 2 inch, opening. You're going to be sewing on the top of the right side of the egg, the part that's going to be shown, the front of the egg. So I'm going to start right next to where I popped that pin in. I'm going to drop my needle and I'm going to back stitch. And then I'm going to just continue around following the shape of the egg that I drew on. Try to make your transitioning, you know, it is a round corner, but make sure the transition is nice and smooth as you possibly can. And how I do that is I'll stop and I'll lift my presser foot a little bit and pivot just barely and keep going. And then when I see another curve coming up, I lift up, pivot, and keep going. So I'm coming up to this pin right here, so I am going to stitch a few more stitches and then back stitch and release. Take my pins all out. This is polyfill right here. You can get it in bulk, you can get it in bags. I have a big, huge box that I've been working on for years now. I don't think I'm ever going to use it up, but you don't need even this much. All you really need is just a handful, really, because if it gets too bulky, it's going to distort your pinked edges around the edge. So you kind of want it to be just enough fluff. Lift up that top layer and find that opening that you left right there. That is where you're going to stuff your stuffing. And as long as you can get your finger in there, you know, that's all the space you need, really. Shove it up toward the top of the egg and then the bottom. And then we can always, you know, fiddle with it after it's all sewn up where we want it to lay within the egg. And make sure you spread it out too before you shove it in there so it's not, you know, concentrated in one area or the other. Once you're happy with how stuffed your egg is, then you're going to come over here and lift that back up again and just kind of push that fill away from the line right here that you drew on your fabric. Now you're going to finish sewing right along that line and close everything up. Trim off any excess threads. Now you should have something that looks like this. Now you have a couple choices here when it comes to pinking. This one right here is a rotary cutter with pinking shears as the cutter. Now this one, I don't know, it's okay. I do prefer pinking shears rather than the rotary cutter blade for this particular project because when I did try it, I didn't have much control, you know, because you can't really curve cut this with a pinking rotary cutter. I don't know. So all I did was just come in about a 1/4 inch or so, 1/8 to a 1/4 inch away from that stitch line and just simply pink right around. Oh my word. It is so stinking cute. Oh, I could have went a little bit more smooth around the top. So just be mindful of that. So it does look a little, you know, janky or whatever right there. But my sewing could have been better, friends. What can I say? Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. And then you have this pouch right here. This is going to be so much fun for an Easter egg hunt. Let me show you the different things that I'm going to put in my eggs for my grand. So here are just some, you know, Rice Krispie treats that I can shove in here. And both of my grandkids can eat those, so that's good if either one gets one of those when they find the eggs. But my grandson can't really, you know, understand looking and finding things yet, I don't think. He's still so young. But now my granddaughter, she's totally going to love this. I mean, totally. So here I have some of her favorite characters that I collect and pick up as I go, as I see them in thrift stores or regular stores or wherever. But she loves these miniature things. I mean, do your grandkids or your kids love the little miniature things? I mean, it's crazy. She carries this stuff around in pouches and bags. But look, he's sticking right up and out, and that's going to be so cute for her to find. Here's Mr. Incredible. She loves him too. I mean, that's like her favorite show. She's constantly asking me to watch that. But you can find this stuff at like the dollar store too. Look at this cute little rubber ducky. Oh my goodness, she's gonna love that. And my grandson will too. So you can see that goes right in there, nice, nice. And then here I found this for my grandson. It looked, you know, boyish, so that was good. And it's just like one of those magic washcloths. And I think I got that at like the Dollar Tree or something. Here is some little Mario characters. This is one of my granddaughter's favorites, Princess Peach. Oh my goodness. We'll stick that in there like that, and then we'll put the Mario brothers together. And so, you know, shove them in there. But now my grandson, he can't have stuff that small. So I still have to find some stuff for him. Do any of you have any good ideas for a 1-year-old boy? What I could put in here? I don't know. So in here, look at Elsa and Anna, magic washcloth for my granddaughter. And it just slides right in there. Now this one, this is a shark from the show Nemo. But when I bought all these pieces, they did come in packaging, but I did have to take the packaging off in order to, you know, fit them into these pouches. So that's just a side note for you. But look at him, how cute. He looks like he's swimming, doesn't he? Right out of there, okay. Here's another one that was in a package. It was a little unicorn. Cute. I mean, she's just gonna freak out when she sees it. So cute. And then I found this little package deal right here. It was the little basket with the ball of yarn with the little kitty cat. I mean, how sweet, right? I think that, yeah, that goes in there like that. And you can, yeah. So I will keep this as a set. Let's see. And I will shove it in here. Just like that. You can't even see it. See? Perfect. And I do have those other eggs too that I'm going to be filling up as well for the Easter egg hunt. So I have quite a few that aren't even batiks. But these ones, this set is just totally cute. I just love it. For an added creative touch on this basket, all I've done is taken some 5-inch green colored squares of the batik fabrics that I had, pinked them all the way around, grabbed the center of them, lifted them like that, and then I took my iron and I pressed them all around so that it made it look like grass. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is just, you know, place them in different spots all around. And I even grabbed some of that dark emerald green that I had. And then, you know, we'll put it right there. Looks good. Have a little bit of green sticking out there. Green right over here, maybe. Let's put some in the front, maybe over here. There you go. So what do you all think of my Fabergé Fabric Batik Easter egg treat pouches? Pretty cool, right? Will you make them? Let me know. And if you do, be sure and send me some pictures. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.